Welcome back. All right, you guys can talk to us on Twitter, what you think. I mean, memories. I mean, some people have been sending in the best memories they have on Diego Armando Maradona. So we're talking about in the Mexico 86, which most people, I mean, even if you were not alive at that time, you saw it after you were born and all that. Then it talked about, playing against Nigeria, USA 94 and all. And of course, his animation, or rather when we were playing against Argentina in South Africa 2010, he was the coach at that time. You remember, his gesture and all that, like it was just everywhere, trying to like...
And you can see the Nigerian players so happy to meet this legend. It's great memories.
Great
indeed, 1994, Cecilia, he orchestrated Nigeria's loss.
Of course.
But still, it doesn't change anything. The love and an affection that I have for Maradona wasn't affected by that at all.
And also, Reaction National Sport Festival postponed again, so you can also tweet at us and tell us what you think and how athletes will be able to prepare, because the holidays are coming, Christmas and all that. Sometimes you just want to relax and enjoy. But Cecilia, can they actually cope with that, and also preparing for the National Sport Festival, where you can also send us your thoughts?
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of messages about that recently. We wanted to know what's happening with the National Sports Festival. Now it hasn't been cancelled. It's only been postponed until next year. So athletes can look forward to going to this competition. Of course, they will have to show a lot of discipline during this holidays so they can be ready for the competition. Cecilia.
Okay. All right, before the National Sports Festival reveal the new date for you guys, let's just quickly talk about the D Tigers, of course, what they did. Their opening game, there was no other result. There was not going to be any other result winner. It was just going to be a win.
You and
they won by as much as 20 points. And we're all happy about that. The D Tigers just telling the Sudanese, you may just bring anyone. Bring anybody to come coach you.
Even if Lord Deng plays. Lord Deng in his prime plays in that game. Nigeria will still win convincingly.
And remember Mike Brown actually coached that guy when he was at Cleveland, right?
Exactly.
So you see?
So coach taking on... by the way, it's still surreal to see Mike Brown being the coach of D Tigers.
I was waiting to just see him, see him on the bench and all that, see him with the ball and see with the players and everything. Okay, right,
this is real now. It's not. It's not on paper
at all. It's real. But
anyways,
just take a look at this guy. I mean,
76-56. That's the scoreline. 20 points victory. Point guard Ike Uregbu leading the way for Nigeria with 13, 7, and 8 assists in that game. D Tigers also got 16 points from Caleb Agada, while Captain Ike Diogu scored 10 points. Confirmation of the results. That's for Group B. Not really my concern, but Angola and Senegal winning like we all thought they would.
Of course.
But to Group D, where you have Nigeria 76-56 over South Sudan, and Mali 70-64 over host nation Rwanda. And Cecilia, like we said,
that's our next game, right?
That's our next game. But before then, let's talk about quickly Ike Uregbu. One of the the old faces in quotes on the side. A lot of new players on this side because, for obvious reasons, players unavailable for different reasons. But this guy has been a part of the side for the last couple of years, and he showed his experience and talent and ability in this game. Was a top performer for us, 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. And
great work.
Yeah, great game for Bila Ike, that's what they call it. And, going into the next game, I expect, of course, Nigeria will get the job done as well. When we come back on Monday, we should be talking about Nigeria qualifying for the FIBA AfroBasket. Group D fixtures will continue tomorrow. On Saturday, Nigeria versus host nation Rwanda. Then on Sunday, they'll be wrapping up their campaign against Mali.
All right. There you have the D Tigers, of course, and how they fared so far. Right, so far, it's just one game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we just can't wait for it to close down because
we know what's happening.
It's going to be 100% record.
Absolutely.
All right, let's leave that and come to the big one. We'll be
don't you get Nigeria is aiming higher now? They're looking at Olympics level.
But then, even if you're looking at the Olympics level, you always have the Continental Cup to play for.
Yeah, so
Continental title and all that, so you can always play for that.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Angola, they were doing it at a point, and before you know it, Nigeria came on and right
I'm not saying we should rest on our laurels.
So don't rest on it, so keep competing.
I'm just saying we're just so good now. We shouldn't be worried about qualifiers.
Super Eagles at the time were like that.
Nah.
Until Sierra Leone came and said, okay, you know what, you guys calm down.
So, basketball is a bit different. Not a lot of great basketball sides in Africa. It's just very few. Select Nigeria, Angola, perhaps
you can give it to Madagascar, Mozambique. You know, you're mentioning names like Mali and all that. These guys are coming up. They are. In football, you won't rate them but in basketball, you can actually rate them.
Anyways, let's leave that for now.
And talk about the big one, the National Sports Festival, the postponement. We've been anticipating, waiting for it. The organizers of say, PTF, give us a go-ahead. What are you guys waiting for? But then a virtual meeting was held yesterday, you know, among the sports minister and also the PTF and all. And then they fixed the date, January 3rd to 17th. I think the usual timetable is still going to remain and all that, having in phases, you know, so you don't have so many athletes coming at the same time. And we don't know if it's going to be open to fans. But I think by January, I mean, we should be stable enough to allow, you know, the sports festival go on with all frenzy, but with caution.
Come on.
Frenzy.
No, forget frenzy now. Forget frenzy, forget any kind of
no fanfare or anything.
No fanfare. I mean, this COVID is still there.
Yeah, we know, but I'm just saying in January, remember what we said that by December we can't be celebrating no more new cases in Nigeria. If we have that in January, we go with caution.
We haven't arrived at that stage.
This is November. Today's November 27th,
exactly
right?
When December
so we still have like more than a month to the National Sports Festival. So you never can tell what will change in 2-3 weeks' time.
Yeah, hopefully that's what we all want.
Yeah, hoping
for. Yeah, but we still have to be very cautiously optimistic about the situation. But good news for the athletes. Now they've been training all year. I don't even want to be in their shoes. Tough year for them. Training on and on and on, and not knowing when the competition is actually going to hold. Training and competition getting postponed, not once, not twice, you know, thrice. It's been a very tough year for Nigerian athletes, and by extension, athletes all over the world as well, to have had to go through, you know, this very, very unideal situation. But it is what it is. They can look forward to January the 3rd for the National Sports Festival to kick off in Edo State. That's it for the Edo State 2020. We'll, of course, whenever there's any other updates, I will be giving it to you on the show. Let's move on to Ilorin now, right? And talk about the Volleyball Super Cup.
Is over.
Yeah, and we have our champions.
Champions already. Yeah. And, of course, you have NCDC and also having the Customs winning men and women. Nigeria Customs Service and Nigeria Security Civil Defense Corps, where they won, were meant winners for the men and the women. Customs beat Kano Pillars 3-0, and the game was 25-21, 25-16, 25-20. That was the men's final. And NSCDC beat Nigeria Customs Service 3-1. That was in the men's.
They couldn't double
women's
up.
Final. They couldn't double up. Just look at, you know, how excited the Customs are beating Kano Pillars. Now for the women, you know, mentioned that earlier, where you have the NSCDC beating the Customs, Nigeria Customs Service 3-1. And the excitement these ladies had at the end of the day was huge, because, I mean, you're looking at a team that's more like, you know, perennial champions, so to speak, you know, just being able to go ahead and do this, just winning it. But
Fantastic.
Then, the president has been talking about the success of this and all that, because people have been talking about how do you organize a competition, competitive one at that, and also obeying the protocol of COVID-19 and all is usually very tasking and difficult, and that's why football is still, you know, struggling to come back and everything and all. But then there you have them being able to host the first indoor. They had the outdoor, which was the beach volleyball earlier in Kebbi, and now they have the indoor in Ilorin, which was a huge success. University of Ilorin was the one that played host to them, and the president has been talking about how they were able to pull this together.
You have the volleyball club, you have the Kada Emeralds, and even IMO, especially at that level. When you now come to the top, Kano Pillars, They are the young boys. I know some of them right from under 17, from the Northwest Zone. I knew them very well how they started below. Some people have to, it's clearly after this Super 8, I think they need to go and retire and become coaches. Because right now I'm calling for a Nigerian FIVB instructor. We need an FIVB instructor in Nigeria. By 10th of December, we are going into screening of under 18 and under 19 in Kaduna. And the coaches, this time around, no federation board technical will be involved. It is the responsibility of the coaches of the under 18 and under 19 to go and screen their players, so that at the end of the day, they will not come and say, Musa Nimrod selected this player, Musa Nimrod got this player. No, it is the responsibility of each coach to go and pick the player. But we are giving the opportunity to the coaches to go and do their selection.
Okay, I mean, we know that December they will be having the under-18 championship and under. He also mentioned that, and that coaches should be preparing for that. Okay, there you have it for volleyball. I mean, they've successfully hosted their second competition since sport, competitive sport, team sport returned to Nigeria.
Thumbs up to see that these federations they've not just given up on the year and COVID has messed things up. Now let's forget.
Relax.
Now they've managed to host
so we're waiting for basketball, right? Isn't it like women's basketball? When is it starting?
Not this year.
We're waiting for that.
This year.
Yeah.
It's not starting this year.
Okay.
Anyways, and let's go on from volleyball to football and talk about the Flying Eagles. They're in the news as well, too. Yeah. Getting ready for the WAFU B Nations Cup. Yeah, it's taking place in Benin Republic, holding 5th to 20th of December. And Isala Damboso, he's got his squad right now. His 20-man squad, they have them. This was one of the friendlies they were playing. I mean, these guys were actually in camp playing friendlies across board and trying to prepare their teams. Well, right now, he's been able to select the 20 players that will be representing Nigeria at the WAFU. There you go. Cup of Nations. Goalkeepers. John Ama. Box to box. We have the Chibueze Lambert, as well as Kolawole Oladipo of Crown FC. Those are the goalkeepers for the Flying Eagles for the competition. Defenders, we have Timitayo Eruku. There's Charles Edson, Mike Zaruma, Christopher Mweze, Moses Solomon of Calabar Rovers, Isaiah AJ, and Jimmy Abdul of MFM. Midfielders, Cecilia? Yeah, midfielders, we have Oladoye Adewale from Water FC, Lamid Quadri from 36 Lions, and Mohamed Abdallah from Nasarawa United. We also have Aziz Husseini from 36 Lions also. Let's go to the attackers. Chisom Oji is there, Wisdom Umbani, Farayola Olawale is also there. Chukwubuikem Ikumesi is also there from Giants Village. And you have Narot Silas of Plateau United and Peter Olawale of Hapoel Israel. So we have a foreign-based player. Okay. Interesting. 20-man squad that will be representing Nigeria at the FIBA, at the WAFU B Nations Cup in Port Novo. Benin Republic next month. Wish them all the best in that competition. And this tournament is going to serve as qualifying tournament for the 2021 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations that will be staged in Mauritania. So Nigeria starts a campaign at the tournament on the 6th in Benin Republic. So this is going to be big. London Bosso and his boys wishing them all the best how you can qualify for the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations in Mauritania next year. Then. All the best. Okay. Let's go on to Europe now, still talking football. The Europa League. 4 teams have qualified for the round of 32 with 2 games to spare. We said we're going to review the teams at the start of the show, and they are Arsenal, Hoffenheim, Leicester City, and Roma through to the round of 32. Results from yesterday, selected results. Arsenal winning 3-0 over Molda. Nigerian came off the bench to score in that game. Folarin Balogun, highly rated by the Gunners, of course, Nigerian name. So definitely keep an eye on that very good talent. Tottenham 4-0 over Ludogorets. Carlos Vinicius scoring twice. His first 2 goals for Tottenham. Harry Winks was also on target in that game. Rangers and Benfica, Rangers blowing the lead against Benfica in that one to settle for 2-2 draw. Leon Balogun was in action in that game. OG Nice lost right there in France against Slavia Prague. Nigeria's Peter Olayinka scored a goal in that game. Let's move on to the other matches. Europa League.
Yeah, of course, you have SC Braga and Leicester City.
Yeah, what a game that was.
A 6-goal thriller. We're waiting for Ian.
Very dramatic.
Yeah, he started the game, but he just couldn't be on the score sheet.
Doesn't really matter.
Drama. The good thing is they were able to hold them. Braga 2-3 draw. Tel Aviv and Villarreal, it was 1-1.
Chukwueze started that game. Yeah, didn't get a goal though.
Yeah, he didn't get a goal. Karabakh FC and Sivasspor, it was a 3-2. Karabakh losing at home by
3-2. Anyways, let's focus on the Nigerian
yes, let's start with
Nigerian interest. Kayode, what happened to Kayode Olanrewaju a couple of years ago?
He was a prospect.
Yeah, it was on the lips of a lot of people. Got an invitation to play for Nigeria as well too. Then I think it just all went pear-shaped when he moved to Man City.
Yeah.
Didn't understand what that deal is about. Then it was loaned to Shakhtar. Then it's been to Girona as well. So it's been all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's been very unstable. But looks to have found, a good place now, a good home, you'd say, in Turkey with Sivasspor.
Yeah, I think it's his 4th goal, right, in Europa League. So that's a good one for him. Just maybe this is also going to help him in the Turkish side.
I mean, that's
sometimes,
yeah, that's a great record. 4 goals in 4 games. That's fantastic.
So he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
More like him, because for a while we didn't see him.
We didn't hear a lot about him.
Yeah, not that we didn't see him. Not much was heard about him. Simply because when you're not scoring goals, especially when you're playing as a striker, so your name it fades away. So if you're a defender or midfielder, eyes won't be on you. But as an attacker, you're expected to at least, maybe in every 5 games, score 1. So when you don't, the names just go down because there's so many talents out there.
Exactly.
Just eager to represent Nigeria. So you have to be really, really big.
It's very competitive now.
Very, very competitive. For your name to be mentioned along with the sides likes of Victor Osimhen and Kelechi Iheanacho,
Cyril Dessers,
didn't get a look in.
Because there's so many options for the coach. So for Kayode Olanrewaju, I believe still has the ambition to play for the country. It's got to keep up his scoring form. 4 goals in 4 games in the Europa League group stage. He scored against Villarreal, he scored against Tel Aviv, Maccabi, and he's also scored twice against Karabakh. So good one for Olanrewaju Kayode. Let's move on to Peter Olayinka now, another player.
Yeah.
Super Eagles invitee. He's had a couple of invites for the country.
Yes.
He also was on target. This time around it was against Nice. 3-1. It ended as a 2nd goal in the group stage. He scored previously against Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, 3 games, 2 goals. A good one, you would say, for him.
Eagles on fire.
The Eagles are flying. The Eagles are flying. So as they're flying, so they will soon fly into the national team. Just keep the records rolling. And that's how you get into it.
And I mean, it's an exciting time for the national team. And this is why. Because we're just in that era where there's so many good players, so many good young players, the ones that are born in Nigeria, the ones that are born over there who we are now embracing. So that's why Nigerians are very expectant. That's why they expect a lot more than we're saying, especially in the last qualifiers against Sierra Leone. And too many talents out there, and Nigeria was spoiled for choices. Let me put it that way.
And that's why when you're given the opportunity to actually wear that white grain, just ensure that you give in your best. Okay, we need to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about where the games for this weekend, especially the Tottenham and the Chelsea game. Also, we'll take a look at what's happening in FIFA. All right, let's talk about the games for this weekend. Focus, of course, is on the English Premier League, starting with the very big one this weekend. I mean, these 2 teams won their games in Europe. Tottenham, of course, 4-0. And you have Chelsea also winning, qualifying for the Champions League round of 16. So you have a Crystal Palace and Newcastle. They're playing today. So that's a Friday night football for you there. And then let's move on to Saturday. The games for Saturday, Brighton and Liverpool will be in action. Man City and Burnley, another big game. You also have Everton and Leeds United. I will see if Leeds can actually see how they can get some goals.
They were unlucky against Arsenal. They should have won that game.
It was goalless.
Yeah,
so
should have won that game.
They got the points away. Against Everton, well, Everton bounced back already. Won their last game. See if they can be able to
Fulham.
Continue with that. West Brom and Sheffield. Sheffield.
Basement clash.
Okay,
basement clash.
Is it too early for basement clash?
No, it's not too early. That's where they are.
That's where they are. So that's the kind of game they will be playing. Southampton and Manchester United, Floundering United, they've been good away from home.
That's a tough game, though.
Yeah, it's a tough one because Southampton is actually ahead of United right now.
They are flying.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Chelsea and Tottenham. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. I mean,
that's the game. First and second, Tottenham.
Interesting. Arsenal and Wolves, that's another tough game to look forward to.
A lot of very great games out to
watch out. Focus is on Chelsea and Tottenham. Why? Because Tottenham right now, they are on top.
Jose returning again to Stamford Bridge. It's going to be the 1,000th game of the Roman Abramovich era as well too. Yeah. And Jose is kind of known to spoil parties and stuff. I remember Arsene Wenger's was his 1,000 game in charge as well. Chelsea went and absolutely smashed Arsenal 6-0 thereabouts. So,
so the first and the third, we'll see
first and third, right?
First and third, because Liverpool is second. Same points with, of course, Tottenham on 20 points. But at the end of the day, Tottenham, because of goal difference, 12 and Liverpool 5. I'm trying to see what is Jose trying to do here. I mean, Chelsea also, they have same goal difference of 12-12. But then they're 2 points ahead of Chelsea. And the good thing is they played the same numbers of games. Now, for Chelsea, the sport for choices when it comes to players who are scoring. Timo Werner could score. Kai Havertz can score. Tammy Abraham on his good day. Olivier Giroud, of course, he's really back. I know he's ageless, just scoring. And then you have Tottenham, where you don't know where the goals are going to come from. Gareth Bale, of course, fully, better now and starting games already. Then you have Vinicius. I mean, I was like, where's this guy coming from? They just got them those 2 goals on loan.
From Portugal. Scored his first 2 goals yesterday. But good news for Chelsea as well is that Pulisic, Lampard's confirmed he is back for a lot of injury issues. But he's back and fit to play. This guy has been very good since coming into the starting lineup. Edouard Mendy, of course, keeping a lot of clean sheets, a lot more stable than keeper Arita Balaga. So it's going to be a very interesting game.
The keeper that can keep.
Yeah, don't say that. So that has to be harsh.
Okay, the keeper that can't keep the ball away from getting into his nets. Right, okay, that's better. I was going to finish it.
Anyways, let's leave our keeper aside for now. And, I think it's going to be very, very, very interesting game. I won't be surprised at all if Tottenham, with the way they're playing, go to Stamford Bridge and do a job on Chelsea. Of course, it's going to be master versus apprentice again. Lampard going up against Jose Mourinho. They met already once this season. That was in the Carabao Cup, and it was Tottenham prevailing on penalties in that game.
And Jose Mourinho has actually sent a message to Carlos Vinicius saying that, look, he needs to toughen up, throw his weight around and see how he can fit into the Premier League. That message is sending to him simply means, well, this guy might just be playing the key role on Sunday. I really don't know. But then when Jose is telling you that kind of message, you know that you have to really toughen up and see how you can, be among with the likes of Harry Kane and Heung-min Son and Gareth Bale and all other players. Lucas Moura, I mean, he's really spoiled for choices. I think I love these 2 teams right now. I mean, they've got the players. I mean, they're no injury worries like Liverpool, who is really afraid of. Who do I want to play?
Yeah, they have one injury, though. Toby Alderweireld got injured.
One?
Yeah.
You just said one. I'm talking about injuries. I mean, when you have your whole back line, you have to do makeshift.
So that's Tottenham right now. Lucky on the injury front. So no major issues at all. So we'll see. We'll see how that game pans out. It's going to be on Sunday. Chelsea third taking on first. Yeah. Tottenham Hotspur, top of the league in the English Premier League.
Before we go to the papers attire, let me just quickly take some tweets away. Okay, Noble Flyer Man is still talking about Diego Maradona. Memory of Diego is the hand of God. Dancing with a female Nigerian fan in Russia. And the killer pass to Kaniglia for the goals against Brazil and Nigeria at the 1990 and 1994 World Cups, respectively. Legends never dies. They just take immortal sabbatical rest. I think I love that. Okay, Deleke is just with RIP Okay, Deleke is also asking a question. Why can't National Sports Festival be held this year? Well, PT have already said it's going to be January next year. So they have their reasons for that. They want a situation whereby we'll be able to have nipped the COVID-19 in the bud. And of course, for the health and welfare of all the players and the fans that may be coming to watch the games. That's the reason.
Fans now.
Okay. Double Gold says his heart goes out to Diego Maradona. Still crying. I mean, just no words. I mean, it's hard to actually find the right words right now.
Heartbreak. Emoji and all of that.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's hard.
It's tough.
It's tough. Let's take a look at
it for all of us. But like I said, the memories are just incredible, and that's what we should really forget. That's going to help you, beat and overcome this very sad situation. Let's take a look at the papers. Let's start with Sporting Life. Of course, it's dominated by Diego Armando Maradona. A lot of stories concerning the late great Argentinian captain, how Maradona died. Diego left 12 hours without aid before his death. The lawyers come out to say,
he's suing.
We need to look into that. What happened to the medical personnel that should have been checking on this guy who was just discharged after a brain surgery. So that's a situation we need to keep an eye on. The lawyers sounds very, very serious about this.
Yeah, he's really pained. I mean, you listen to him when he was talking about Diego Maradona, his last moments and all that. He felt so pained because he feels that, look, people should have been around him. And even the time it took the ambulance to arrive, like more than half an hour for the ambulance to even come, when, he was having that.
With a lot of things.
A whole lot of things.
Still on Sporting Life, funeral worker sacked. That one as well, too. This guy sacked after taking a picture with the cops of Maradona. So he's received a lot of...
What
was he thinking? Maybe he just got lost in the moment.
Yeah. Because remember, the guy, I mean, the cinematographer actually filmed, the documentary. I know they talked about he was having an opportunity to talk with Diego, but he didn't have the time. So he sat very close to him, while he was sitting on the ground, trying to take a picture of some other stars and all, while the filming was going on. He had to use his hand to touch his feet.
Just to feel. He wanted to feel.
So that's the thing. He just wanted to feel because he didn't have the time. But the only opportunity he had was when he was sitting, right close to him, and had to, touch his feet and all. They just wanted.
Yeah, but that's different though because he was alive.
This
she lost control. He should have controlled himself better. And sadly, he's paid with his job. La Liga confirmed how they will honor Maradona. Other stories moving on from Maradona now about Pepe scores and Gunners win. January transfer window, Chukwueze going nowhere. That's according to Villarreal, particularly the coach Unai Emery says he's happy with the Nigerian international. Champions League team of the week, Seydou Sanusi named in best 11.
Of course.
Interesting. Sheffield Wednesday due, Ahmed Musa undecided. Really, Sheffield Wednesday? It's going down the division.
Okay, all right.
Anyways,
just play football because he's our captain.
That's really what
matters. That's what matters. Aspilicueta is sending a message to Tottenham this morning. He said they want to be London's top team.
So they want to go from third to first. They have to be top
point. Of course, you have to be top. Yeah, that's as simple as that.
That's a straight mathematics.
Ahmed Musa Blast. I don't want to play in the championship. So his eyes return to top flight football. Right, we want that for you also. And indeed, they get December 3rd return dates. This is good news.
Sports now.
That's Complete Sports. Now, that's the next paper we're reviewing right now, Complete Sports. Indeed, they get December 3rd return date. Huge one. And Crystal Palace banking on Eze, Eagles prospect set for 5th start in 9 games. They will be in action tonight, so we'll see what he can bring.
Eze is at a slow burner kind of start out to his career.
I mean, he was bursting in the championship right now.
It's different level
Premier
now.
League is different. So you have to toughen up. Jose Mourinho needs to speak to him. Toughen up. I mean,
Roy Hodgson needs to speak to him. Leave Jose out of this. Let his coach talk to him how to toughen up for this competition. But he's a great talent.
We know the kind of coach that Roy Hodgson is, right? I mean, so those calm and cool and everything and all that. So it will be. Ancelotti asked if I could play as wing back. And he went there and he owned that position and he had a very good performance. Okay, but I don't like that position for you. I love the fact that I want you to be out.
We have a couple of tweets.
We need to leave the studio, Tayo.
We have a tweet. OB Giro as well. Thank you for sending in your tweets on the show. Many thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a fantastic weekend. I am Tayo Salam.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Have a great weekend.